to all the viewers of the world. This edition of Bhav Ganga in English, third edition, We the Beings on Earth. This is for the well being of all the living beings on this Mother Earth and for the Mother Earth and for our entire universe. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The entire world is one family. So, with that feeling, for that, how to live better in this world, in symbiosis with all the living beings, that is our object, that is our aim. The two episodes have been liked by so many people, and the viewership of English edition is more than Hindi edition. That is another feature. People from USA, Canada, Australia, all are watching. But today is Dhanteras. A Diwali festival is going on. Yesterday and today, both days are Dhanteras, because when a Tithi starts on one day and ends on another day, the both days we can celebrate. So Dhanteras was yesterday also, today also, and today is Choti Diwali also. Tomorrow is Diwali, Parson is Govardhan Puja, next day is Bhai Dooj. So festival. Yesterday Dhanteras is God Dhanvantari's birthday. He is the god of health. He is the founder of Ayurveda. And Dhanteras here means, Dhan means not only wealth. When we lived in ancient times in jungles, what was our Dhan? Our work, our labor, our intellect, and the entire Mother Earth, all the flora and fauna of the earth, they were all our Dhan. And all the minerals below the layer of earth, crust of earth, that is also our Dhan. The air is our Dhan, wealth. The water is our wealth. The sunshine is our wealth. So we have to identify, we have to see the real wealth around us, not only the money and gold and silver. Okay, you are purchasing on Dhanteras all these things, okay, but don't forget the more precious, more important wealth. And the biggest wealth is our love and affection, our well being, our living together. So, uh, what is happiness? Picture of happiness. I will narrate a very small story and I will show a picture. Picture of happiness. Nazim Hikmat, the great Turkish poet, Nazim Hikmat, the great Turkish poet, once asked his friend Abidin Dino. R.D. Tiwari ji is watching. Namaskar Tiwari ji, you are most welcome to this program. I am going to read two of your comments. One of your comments today, which you wrote for last program. But before that, let me, since we are discussing what is the real dhan or wealth and what is real happiness, so for that, I am picture of happiness, a small write-up. Nazim Hikmat, the great Turkish poet, once asked his friend Abidin Dino, Turkish artist and well-known painter, to draw a picture of happiness. He drew a picture of a whole family crammed up on a broken bed. He drew a picture of whole family crammed up on a broken bed. I will show you. I don't know whether I will be able to show you. You will be able to see it or not, because in the light things are in sunlight, it is shining, but the description is there. He drew a picture of whole family crammed up on a broken bed under a leaky roof in a shabby room. He drew a picture of a whole family, 10, 12, 13, 14 persons, including children. He drew a picture of a whole family crammed up on a broken bed under a leaky roof in a shabby room, but still with a smile on each member's face. Goes without saying that the painting became very famous. The painting became very famous. Yes, happy, happiness is not the absence of sufferings. Happiness is not the absence of sufferings, but acceptance of sufferings. And when you accept suffering, it does not appear as suffering. It becomes pleasure. See good around you, even in trying situations. Stop worrying about things that are beyond your control. Stay happy. So that is one thing. And R.D. Tiwari's comment of last episode of We the Beings on Earth. The discourse on win-win-win is educative and comprehensive. Journey from pain to Brahma. Continuum from individual pain to universalization. Continuum from individual pain to universalization of pain, where Vedana becomes Samvedana. Vedana is also synonym of pain in Hindi, where Vedana becomes Samvedana. Samvedana, when you feel the pain of others as your own pain, that is Samvedana. The equivalent of Samvedana is sensitivity, when you are sensitive to others' pain. So, journey from pain to Brahma, continuum from individual pain to universalization of pain, where Vedana becomes a Samvedana, should be the goal. And that to me, I could get it, is the true win-win-win. The examples of a student regarding helping others at the cost of one's own self has its own merit, as mentioned in Bhav Ganga, is a sort of symbiosis, but it does not hold good at the time of last-minute revisions or the examination hall. Of course, Tiwari Saab. It does not mean that last-minute preparation also he should sacrifice, and in the examination hall, help means cheating. That should not be, because he should see the ultimate. If all start cheating, what will happen to everyone and to the society and to the examination system and to the education system? But it does not include the self-sacrifice, martyrdom or paropkar, as it falls in the sublime zone of win-win-win. So, this self-sacrifice, martyrdom or paropkar for freedom, if one was sacrificing, yesterday Ashfaqullah's birthday was there, day before yesterday Subhash Chandra Bose Azad Hind Fauj's birthday, or founding day was there. So Subhas or all freedom fighters who sacrificed their lives, they have, you can say, they have worked for loss win-win. Loss win-win, lose win-win, because they have sacrificed their life. But no, it is win-win-win. It is first win is for them, because they had a purpose. They could not have survived without doing that. They have a goal. For that goal they are doing all that, and they were sacrificing their life for that bigger purpose. If you are doing for your mother earth, for your nation, if you are doing for happiness of all the children, all the people, for their betterment of the country, get good education, good health care, the nature will be healthy. For that, if they were doing sacrifice, it is for their own dreams. So for their dreams were theirs. So if one is doing something for his dreams, it means it is for his win also. So although it is appearing that they have worked for their lose, but they were doing for their win also. So it is win, win, win. All friends are commenting, it is very good. But I am not able to see some because of the light. The screens are shining because of sunlight. But it is good that so many people are listening and commenting on various channels. Thanks for triggering of a great thought process in pursuit of higher goals and for the welfare of one and all. Pray Bhav Ganga flows and flows forever and for all times to come. With regards, Tiwari, R.D. Tiwari ji. So, thank you, Tiwari Sahab. You have written, although complete is not visible, बहुत सुंदर, good morning, happy Dhanteras. Something more you have written that I am not able to read. So thank you and happy Dhanteras to you from me and from all the lovers and viewers of Bhav Ganga. Now another comment is of Mr. R.K. Goel from Ghaziabad. He has written, congratulations sir, beautiful presentation. People are being benefited by your program and knowledge and experience. R.K. Goel. Thank you, Goel ji. And the third is S.G. Abbas, Syed Gajnafar Abbas, who is in Canada, who has been chemistry professor. It is good to listen your reading my comments in your prestigious international series of Bhav Ganga. Thanks. Regarding first Bhav Ganga edition, he wrote something. His comments I read in the second edition. So for that, it is good feeling to listen your reading my comments in your prestigious international series of Bhav Ganga. Thanks. In this number, you have discussed about your well-accepted and admired principle win-win-win in an explanatory style which appeals to everybody. Congratulations. Thanks, Abbas Sahab. And now, a very, very wonderful piece of writing I am going to narrate you, and after that, we will discuss the principle of hand pump and some poems. What a wonderful piece of writing. In this exclusive excerpts from William Shanter's new book, Boldly Go, reflections on a life of awe and wonder. The Star Trek actor William Shatner is a Star Trek has been a Star Trek actor. Reflects on his voyage into space on Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin space shuttle on October 13, 2021. Then 90 years old, Shatner became the oldest living person to travel into space. But as the actor and author details below, he was surprised by his own reaction to the experience. But as he details below, he was surprised by his own reaction to the experience below. The title of this experience write up he gave, So I Went to Space. So I went to space. Apparently, the anomaly was not too concerning because 30 seconds later we were cleared for launch for the flight in the space. And countdown began. With all the attending noise, fire and fury, we lifted off, gone up. I could see Earth disappearing. Earth was disappearing, slowly and slowly going beyond sight. As we descended, I was at once aware of pressure. As we ascended, I was at once aware of pressure, gravitational forces pulling at me. The gravitational force, Earth's gravitation, started increasing. You may feel surprised at how it is happening. The G's, the Earth's gravitational force is written as G, and if it is more than that, so 2G, 3G, or 1.5G, in many planets, the gravitational pull is less than G. In Moon, it is 1/6 of the G. So there was an instrument that told us how many G's we are experiencing. G for small word for gravitational force. And it is defined that 1G means the gravitational force which a thing feels at the surface of the earth. This is defined as 1G. For example, specific density of everything, density. So specific density is taken or defined as the density of water. The specific density of water is taken as 1. And all other densities are measured or represented in multiple of that. So standard density is taken as 1, yet the standard gravitational pull is taken as G of the earth. So the G's, there was an instrument that told us how many G's we were experiencing. At 2 G's, I tried to raise my arm and could barely do so. When it became double of the gravitational pull at the surface of the earth, I was not able to hold or raise my hand. It was so pulling down towards earth. You may think how it is happening, how it is increasing. When you are going, the gravitational pull should decrease. How it is increasing? When you are on the surface of the earth is on your left side also, right side also, down also, all the sides. So left side is pulling the earth, that part, right side of the earth pulls you in the right direction, front side of the earth in front direction, all directions except your upper towards head or upwards, all the side of the earth pull you, and most of the forces cancel each other. If the right is pulling, left is pulling, they cancel each other. So only the lower pull you feel, and that is G. But when you go up, then all the total earth is pulling you down. So it goes on increasing. So it become, at one time it becomes 2G. Furthermore, it becomes 3G. Then because of the distance, it starts decreasing. And other gravitational pull from all other stars, they balance each other, and you become gravitational free space where you can float. So the G's, there was an instrument that told us how many G's we were experiencing. At 2 G's, I tried to raise my arm and could barely do so. At 3G, I felt my face being pushed down into my seat. I was feeling that my face is being pushed down to my feet down. Down on seat. I had to go to the seat. I don't know how much more of this I can take. He was surprised how much he can bear. I thought, I don't know how much more of this I can take, I thought. Will I pass out? Will I be alive? Can I bear all this? Will my face melt into pile of mush? Will my face melt or break? How many G's can my 90-year-old body handle? And then suddenly, relief. G's have started going down. And after some time, no G's, zero, weightlessness, we were floating. We got out of our harnesses in the small spaces, safe spaces, which is called harness in the spacecraft, and began to float around. The other folks were straight into somersaults. They were enjoying all the effects of weightlessness. I wanted no part in that. I don't want to participate in that. I needed to get to the window as quickly as possible to see what was out there. I wanted to see what is outside. So I rushed to the window seat. I looked down and could see the hole that our spaceship has punched in the thin blue tinged layer of oxygen around Earth. I looked down and could see the hole that our spaceship has punched in the thin blue tinged layer of oxygen around Earth. The Earth appeared blue because of its atmospheric color also. And a hole has been pinched through our journey. Our spacecraft, with the path which it traveled, there was a small sign of a small hole in that blue atmospheric scene. I continued that our spaceship had punched in the thin blue tinged layer of oxygen around Earth. It was there as if there was a wake tailing behind where we had just been. And just as soon as I had noticed, it disappeared. It was as if our aircraft has left a tail behind in the atmosphere where it just been. And just as soon as I had noticed it, it disappeared. And it was vanishing also because the atmosphere was filling that hole, and immediately everything was normal. It was, all that trail has gone. It was not visible. It was as if there was a wake trailing behind where we had just been, and just as soon as I had noticed it, it disappeared. I continued my self-guided tour and turned my head to face the other direction to sail into space. Now here your story starts. I continued my self-guided tour. I was, apart from a spaceship's tour, my mind was this is called detouring. I was detouring. My journey our mental journey has started. And I turned my eyes and head against the opposite side of the earth and into space. I continued my self-guided tour and turned my head to face the other direction, to stare into space. I love the mystery of the universe. Whatever he has studied and earlier experiences, earlier interests, he loved the space, and that is why he is there in the spaceship. I continued my self-guided tour and turned my head to face the other direction to stare into space. I love, and this narration after that, if you have seen my first episode, Dharti Janti Hai, Earth Knows, then you will really enjoy this more if you will see that or if you have seen that. I love the mystery of the universe. So he loved the mystery of the universe. I love all the questions that have come to us over thousands of years of exploration and hypothesis. I love the mystery of universe. I love all the questions that have come to us over thousands of years of exploration and hypothesis of philosophers, of scientists, even in some religions which are explorative in nature. Stars exploding years ago, their light traveling to Earth years later, because there are many stars from which the light is coming from that point to us, everywhere to Earth, and it takes years. And in space travel, in astronomical distances, are not measured by kilometers or miles, they are measured by light years. 1 light year is the distance which the light travels in 1 year. It is called 1 light year. And there are stars from where millions of light years have passed and the light has not come to Earth. Imagine the distance. Stars exploding years ago, their light traveling to us years later, black holes absorbing energy and matter, satellites showing us entire galaxies, satellites showing us entire galaxies in areas thought to be devoid of matter entirely. All of that has thrilled me for years. But when I looked at the opposite direction, all this space, whatever he has read and felt and understood through his earlier readings or other sayings and others' experiences, so he was thrilled by the space and he wanted to see the explore that thrill. All that thrilled me for years. 90 years person is saying that for years he was thrilled by the space. All the stories he had learned or listened about the space. But when I looked at the opposite direction of the earth, into space, there was no mystery. But when I looked at the opposite direction into space, there was no mystery, no majestic eye to behold. There was nothing wonderful. All I saw was death. All I saw was death. So there was no mystery, no majestic eye to behold. All I saw was death. I saw a cold, dark, black emptiness. I saw a cold, dark, black emptiness. It was unlike any blackness you can see or feel on earth. It was dark, but it was not the dark or blackness which we see and enjoy on earth. It was unlike any blackness you can see or feel on earth. It was deep, enveloping, all-encompassing. It was deep, enveloping, all-encompassing. I turned back toward the light of home. I turned back toward the light of home. From empty space, again he turned back to the light of home, light of Mother Earth, light of Mother Earth. light of home. I could see the curvature of earth. I could see the curvature of the earth. Earth and its atmosphere together. That is the round body. The bees of the desert, bees color of the desert, the white of the clouds, and the blue of the sky. It was life, nurturing, sustaining life. It was life, nurturing, sustaining life, Mother Earth. Gaia, a Greek word for Mother Earth. Gaia. And I was leaving her. And I was leaving her for the moment. Everything I had thought was wrong. Earlier, all the visualizations about space were wrong. Everything I had thought was wrong. Everything I had expected to see was wrong. Everything I had thought was wrong. Everything I had expected to see was wrong. I had thought that going into space would be the ultimate catharsis of that connection I had been looking for between all living beings. I had thought that going into space would be the ultimate catharsis of that connection I had looking for between all living beings. That beings up, there would be a next beautiful step to understanding the harmony of universe. He was thinking that in the space he will feel the harmony of the universe, and his connection or whatever connectivity with the earth he was feeling, it will expand. I had thought that going into space would be the ultimate catharsis of that connection I had been looking for between all living beings. That being up there would be the next beautiful step to understanding the harmony of the universe. In the film Contact, when Jodie Foster's character goes to space and looks out into the heavens, she lets out an astonished whisper. They should have sent a poet in the film when the hero reaches the heaven, and there people say that they should have sent a poet or a writer who could narrate the experience, who could beautifully depict the experience to the earth fellows. But I have a different experience. This time, although a writer has come, but he's feeling a different experience. But I had a different experience because I discovered that beauty is not out there, it is down here with all of us on earth. Happiness, where is happiness? Where all the people are on one bed. So that earth is that bed. They should have sent a poet. I had a different experience because I discovered that the beauty is not out there, it is down here with all of us. Leaving that behind made my connection to our tiny, small planet even more profound. So I had a different experience because I discovered that the beauty is not out there in space, it is down here with all of us on earth. Leaving that behind made my connection to our tiny planet even more profound. When I have come at a distance from the earth, I am feeling more profound relationship with the earth or connection with the earth. It was among the strongest feeling of grief I have ever encountered in my life. That moment when I am away from the earth, it is among the strongest feelings of grief I have ever encountered. The contrast between the vicious coldness of space and the warm nurturing of earth below filled me with overwhelming sadness. The contrast and the sadness is for a different reason, which he is going to narrate. The contrast between the vicious coldness of space and the warm nurturing of earth below filled me with overwhelming sadness. Every day we are confronted with the knowledge of further destruction of earth at our hands. This is the punch line. Every day we are confronted with the knowledge of further destruction of earth at our hands. We have put the mother earth on ventilator. This is my word. Every day we are confronted with the knowledge of further destruction of earth at our hands, the extinction of animal species, of flora and fauna, things that took 5 billion years to evolve, things that took 5 billion years to evolve, and suddenly we will never see them, and suddenly we will never see them again because of the interference of the mankind. Things that took 5 billion years to evolve, and suddenly we never see them again because of the interference of mankind. It filled me with dread, fear, extreme fear. My trip to space was supposed to be a celebration. Instead, I felt like a funeral. My trip to space was supposed to be a celebration, but because of this strong feeling of grief, instead I felt like it is a funeral. We are preparing for the funeral of our Mother Earth. And that feeling, instead of celebration, I'm feeling like I'm nearing towards some funeral. I learned later that I was not alone in the feeling. I learned later that I was not alone in this feeling. It is called the overview effect. When you see from the distance things, maybe it may be a small or small variety of trikal darshan, when you can see all the aspects. Where you are inside, you will not find the clear and angle view from all angle, but from a distance you will see from all angles. And there, when people see the Mother Earth from all angles, they find a unique realization, a love for the Mother Earth, and try to save it anyhow, to make it healthy anyhow. I learned later that I was not alone in the feeling. It is called the overview effect and is not uncommon among astronauts, including Yuri Gagarin, Michael Collins, Sally Ride, and many others. Essentially, when someone travels to space and views Earth from orbit, a sense of the planet's fragility takes hold. Our Mother Earth is fragile, very soft. We have to take care like mother. Essentially, when someone travels to space and views Earth from orbit, a sense of the planet's fragility takes hold in an ineffable, instinctive manner. Author Frank White first coined the term in 1987, that overview effect. There are no borders or boundaries on our planet. That is what I am saying since last 55, 60 years in my diaries, and then my literature, and then my talks everywhere. There are no borders or boundaries on our planet except those that we create in our minds. And that is why this international edition of We the Beings on Earth is there. There are no borders or boundaries on our planet except those that we are creating in our minds or through human behaviors. All the boundaries of the earth, the boundaries of nations, are the result of wars, greeds of the two kings, nothing else. Common people is not affected. All other living beings, no boundaries. A bird comes from one part of the boundary to another, and all other creatures. The trees, if it is in the border, half of the branch will one country and half on the other country. So all boundaries in our minds, or they are the reminiscence of two wars, nothing else. And a day will come whenever such uh, people will see the space, from a space they will realize what the Mother Earth is. We are all the children of the Mother Earth. And then the day will come when two things are going to happen. All traditional, these countries will vanish. They will become like states, and the governing unit will be the Mother Earth. So the wars will go away, evaporate from the earth. It may take 30, 40 years. And all traditional religions, which are only a way of leading life and nothing else, the style of life, all different religions which we see are just different lifestyles on earth. The only true religion or true dharma is the cosmic connectivity of the entire universe, and especially the Mother Earth. So worshipping or respecting or that feeling of, and to save our Mother Earth and the atmosphere and the flora fauna and the oxygen and water, this is going to be the real religion or dharma. And then only Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, feeling of one family, all the living beings, one family on earth, that will happen. But this is going to happen. And only then happiness will come on Mother Earth. We will be happy, Mother Earth will be happy. So there are no borders or boundaries on our planet except those that we create on our minds or through human behaviors. All the ideas and concepts that divide us when we are on the surface begin to fade from orbit. Wonderful. All the ideas and concepts that divide us when we are on the surface begin to fade from orbit and the moon. When we leave the earth, we go to the orbit or to the further moon or other grahas or planets. So all they fade away, all the divisive ideas and forces or concepts, they fade away. The result is a shift in worldview and in identity. The result is a shift in worldview, the perception of the world, and also in our identity. We are not of any caste or any creed or any religion. We belong to Mother Earth. There is no other identity. Once we feel that identity, we will love with each other. It can change the way we look at the planet. It can change the way we look at the planet, but also other things like countries, they will become very dwarf. Ethnicities, our races, the entire human, all the human beings on earth are one race, that is child of the Mother Earth. No other race, no caste, no creed, no religion, no this segment of the earth or that segment of the earth. It can change the way we look at the planet, but also it can, not only it can change, it will change. If I will have to write, I will write, it will change the way we look at the planet, but also other things like countries, ethnicities, religions. It can prompt an instant re-evaluation of our shared harmony and a shift in the focus to all the wonderful things we have in common. We have to enjoy all the wonderful things on earth which are in common instead of what makes us different. It reinforced tenfold my own view of power of our beautiful, mysterious, collective human entanglement, and eventually it returned a feeling of hope on my heart and returned a feeling of hope to my heart. In this insignificance we share, we have one gift that other species perhaps do not. We are aware not only of our insignificance, but the grandeur around us that makes us insignificant. He says that the entanglement, the connectedness of all the beings, all the human beings, is reinforced when we see it from outside. And that insignificance, because we are a collective unit and not one insignificant unit, that feeling makes us different from other species on earth, because they don't have that feeling, that awareness. But here I disagree with the writer. What he is feeling after going to that height on space voyage, all the other living beings on earth except man, be it animals, be it insects, be it these plants and trees, they have that love and affection for Mother Earth. No one has disturbed or created any havoc to Mother Earth except human beings. So that overview, he has to go to space to see that. I am seeing daily with these plants and trees, they narrate the same story. Therefore, I am always telling all these things in my novel Win Win Win, the Orphan Way. I have made this, I have written from 97 to 2010, 13 years it took. And there, the same feeling. I considered myself as an orphan. My hero has been an orphan. Orphan because he does not know his caste or creed or country or language. He was found outside an orphanage initially, and I traveled the life without any help or support. Only support was Mother Earth, because she was the visible mother of him. So he grew with that feeling. Only all the support he got from Mother Earth, the rivers, the plants, the trees, and the entire humanity. And he has shown the path. And most of the things initially which I will cover in our in this We the Beings on Earth, will be from this book only. So all other human beings, they know it. We are not, the writer has said, now we are becoming aware, and there is no question of awareness, because they are not so much consciously evolved. They are much infinite times consciously evolved. They may not be that much, they may not have that much IQ, but they have too much emotional quotient and holistic quotient. They are connected holistically with the entire Mother Earth, with the entire universe. So here I disagree. My disagreeing note is there. In this insignificance we share, we have one gift that our species perhaps do not, which other species do not. They have more. I will say they have more. We are aware. So they are more aware. Not only of our insignificance, but the grandeur around us that makes us insignificant. That allows us perhaps a chance to rededicate. Here I agree. That allows us perhaps a chance to rededicate ourselves to our planet, Mother Earth. That allows us perhaps a chance to rededicate ourselves to our planet, to each other, to life and love all around us. If we seize that chance, this is the last chance. If another 10, 15 years we don't do it, the planet will not remain the same. earth will be almost dead. To, that allows us perhaps a chance to rededicate ourselves to our planet, to each other, to live and love all around us if we seize that chance. This is the last chance. We have to seize that chance. Profound. Felt it was right to put up in this episode of Bhav Ganga, and I hope you have enjoyed. Already 50 minutes have passed, so with one or two small poems, I will close the today's program. The effect of flow. The effect of flow. Small poems. Muddy water while flowing continuously. Muddy water while flowing continuously goes on stopping its own paths and ways. Muddy water while flowing continuously goes on stopping its own paths and ways, blocking all the holes and passages. Clean water makes the way. This is a natural principle, and persons of that states, not clean but muddy or filthy of mind, not appearance, whose minds are dirty, they always create their own bottlenecks. And a person who is clean or a system which is clean, it makes the way. So all democracies of the world, even today, after 200, 300 years of their life on this earth, they will become cleaner and cleaner one day. All the Vyavastha or all the governing systems which came on earth, kingship, dictatorship, because of their filthy mindset, they have slowly gone out. They have evaporated. The cleaner governing systems has to come. And from kingship, we have come to democracy. Democracy is also on the way to purging or getting purer, and ultimately it will be pure and it will become ultimately Jivocracy. What is Jivocracy? And how the systems, democracies are cleaning. There, the hand pump system, my principle is that democracy is like hand pump. In hand pump, when you bore a hand pump and start operating, similarly, when you make a constitution giving all the rights to the people, all the ownership of the system to the people, and both are similar phenomena going to the roots. In democracy, people, it is going to, the system has to evolve from the grassroots, and in democracies, from the grassroots, and in hand pump, the water is coming from the grassroots, that is from underground water. Similar. But initially in hand pump, the water is coming muddy, sandy, dirty, and you go on pumping and clean water comes. Similarly, clean water will emerge in democracy also. Cleaner people will get elected. But it takes time. In the life of a system or society or a governance, it takes time. May take 10 years, 100 years, 200 years, 300 years, 400 years. Kingship was there for many thousand years. So the democracy will purge in another 30, 40, 50 years. And it will be ecologically conscious also, then a democratic roots will also be there. So this I have termed the coin geocracy. Next episode we will discuss this hand pump principle in detail, geocracy principle in detail, and the power of ordinary people through an story and the system. So this will be our next episode. Thank you, and good night to all our viewers in other hemisphere, and once again happy Diwali season of festivals.